The explosion wasn't supposed to happen.
Showtime.
Kira, the human archaeologist with dirt still on her boots and a coffee stain on her jacket, stood frozen as purple flames erupted from the containment pod. The ancient sphere, some 90,000-year-old relic the Council had been analyzing for 3 decades, was now spinning wildly in mid-air, shooting arcs of energy that carved smoking lines across the metallic walls of the archive chamber. Velthrak, the insectoid council keeper with his bronze chitinous exoskeleton gleaming under emergency lights, scrambled backward on his 2 powerful legs, all 4 manipulator arms flailing. His compound eyes flickered with panicked holographic data. Impossible. The containment fields are rated for stellar-class anomalies. Yeah, well, your stellar-class anomaly just set my backpack on fire, Kira said flatly, stomping out the flames on her bag. She squinted at the spinning sphere. Wait, is that thing displaying a loading bar? It was. A glowing ring of symbols circled the artifact, pulsing in sequence like the universe's most ominous progress indicator. Osrin, the reptilian security chief, burst through the chamber doors, her purple-blue scales rippling with tension, all 3 vertical eyes locked on the chaos. Her 8-foot muscular frame filled the doorway, clawed limbs tensing, her ridged spinal crest flaring outward in alarm. Evacuate immediately. The relic is... She stopped dead. Why is there a human in the archive chamber? She has level 8 clearance, Velthrak clicked, his mandibles clattering nervously. She's been consulting on pre-extinction civilizations for... Loading bar just hit 91%, Kira interrupted, pointing. The sphere pulsed brighter. The blue-purple holographic lighting in the chamber flickered and died, plunging them into emergency red illumination. Then every display, every console, every piece of technology in the room lit up simultaneously, with the same message in perfect, crisp, universal standard: Precursor. Recognition. Protocol. Initiated. Velthrak's compound eyes went dark. All 4 of his manipulator arms dropped to his sides. No, he whispered, mandibles frozen mid-click. No what? Kira asked. That protocol, Velthrak said slowly, turning to stare at her with his multifaceted gaze, hasn't activated in 23 million years. It's a legend. A theoretical safeguard supposedly left by the Precursor species, the ones who built the Galactic navigation network, established the fundamental laws of interstellar civilization, then vanished without explanation. His mandibles clicked 3 times in rapid succession. It only activates when it detects them on. Osrin's 3 eyes widened, all focused on Kira now. Her scales shifted from purple-blue to a darker, alarmed violet. The human? That's ridiculous. Humans have been spacefaring for barely 80 years. They still use projectile weapons and chemical propulsion. They eat solid food. The loading bar hit 100%. Every screen in the archive chamber simultaneously displayed a new message. Genetic. Match. Confirmed. Temporal. Degradation. Detected. Species. Reclassification. Homo sapiens. Precursor. Descent in line. Status. Active. The room went silent, except for the hum of the sphere, which gently floated down to hover at Kira's eye level, now glowing with soft, welcoming blue light. Oh, you have GOT to be kidding me, Kira said. Velthrak's legs wobbled. He grabbed the podium for support, his bronze exoskeleton rattling slightly. This would mean humans aren't a young species at all. You're survivors, remnants. His compound eyes flickered frantically. You forgot. Somehow you lost everything, regressed to pre-industrial civilization, and clawed your way back up. His mandibles clicked faster. Do you have any idea what this means? That I'm about to get a really awkward promotion? Kira reached toward the sphere. Don't tuck it! Osrin lunged forward, claws extended. Kira touched it. The sphere didn't explode. Instead, it chimed, a pleasant, friendly sound completely at odds with the screaming alarms and emergency lighting. A holographic interface bloomed around Kira's hand, displaying what looked like, Thornos, a menu with clearly labeled options. In English. Welcome, Administrator, a cheerful synthetic voice announced. You have 847,293 unread priority notifications. Would you like to review system status? Kira stared at her hand, now glowing with soft blue light. I'm sorry, did this ancient doomsday artifact just call me administrator? Velthrak made a sound like grinding gears. His 4 manipulator arms twitched uncontrollably. That's not possible. Administrative access requires genetic authentication, plus neural pattern matching, plus… He stopped. His compound eyes went completely dark, then flickered back to life, showing cascading error messages. You're broadcasting a valid admin signature. How? I don't know. I'm an archaeologist, not a… Kira squinted at the holographic menu. Wait, why is there an option here labeled Galactic Government Override Codes? Osrin's spinal crest flattened completely against her skull, a sign of extreme distress in her species. Her 3 eyes darted between Kira and the sphere. Those codes could dissolve the council, redistribute territorial boundaries, or… Her scales paled to a sickly gray. You could shut down the navigation network, strand every species in their home systems. Cool, Kira said, very carefully not touching anything else. Why would anyone build that into a system? Fail-safes, came a new voice. Then, the avian archivist swept into the chamber on silent, taloned feet, his sleek obsidian feathers gleaming in the emergency lighting. His 7-foot frame moved with precise grace, 4 wings folded tightly along his back. His elongated neck curved as he fixed Kira with large amber eyes, nictitating membranes flicking across them once. The Precursors built multiple redundancy protocols. If their civilization collapsed, they wanted anyone from their genetic line, to be able to rebuild, or failing that, to shut it all down rather than let others misuse the infrastructure. Kira lowered her hand slowly. The holographic menu collapsed, but didn't disappear. So, you're telling me that I, specifically me, could just… What? Declare Earth the new galactic capital? Make humans exempt from all council laws? Technically, yes, Then said, his silver beak clicking softly. Though I would advise against it. The economic disruption alone would. Undoing it, Kira said. What? All 3 aliens shouted simultaneously. Kidding! Kira pulled her hand back, grinning. Your faces, though. Well, your T-face equivalents. Velthrak's mandibles clicked so rapidly they sounded like rattling chains. His bronze exoskeleton was now visibly trembling, and all 4 manipulator arms were gripping the podium. This is not funny. You have access to systems that could collapse interstellar civilization. And yet, Osrin said slowly, her 3 vertical eyes narrowing, scales shifting back to their normal purple-blue, she's not using them. She could have seized control the moment she authenticated. She could be making demands. Her clawed limbs relaxed slightly. But she made a joke instead. Kira shrugged. I mean, I'm having a weird enough week already. Last thing I need is to accidentally start an intergalactic incident because I pressed the wrong button on the ancient god computer. The sphere chimed again. New text appeared in the air. A demonstrator. P psychological profile. Acceptable. Restoring limited. Archive. A success. Then's obsidian feathers ruffled along his neck, and his 4 wings extended slightly. A gesture of surprise in his species. His amber eyes widened. The system is evaluating her. It's not just genetic authentication. It's checking if she has the temperament of a precursor. And apparently I passed by being too lazy to conquer the galaxy, Kira said. Honestly, fair assessment. Velthrak slowly released his death grip on the podium, though his compound eyes still shimmered with anxious holographic warnings. What does limited archive access mean? The sphere answered by projecting a massive holographic star map into the center of the chamber. Hundreds of marked locations glowed across multiple spiral arms, but most of them were red warning indicators. Only 12 glowed green. 12 intact precursor facilities remain active across council space, the sphere announced. All others destroyed, depleted, or lost during the collapse event 23 million standard years ago. The collapse event? Kira leaned forward, archaeologist instincts kicking in. What collapsed? Insufficient data, the sphere said. Administrative access required for detailed historical records. Oh, so there are records. Kira said. You just won't show me unless I… She gestured at the menu still floating near her hand. Unless I accept full admin access? Correct. Osrin's three eyes locked onto Kira. Don't. Once you accept full administrative control, every government in the galaxy will consider you a threat. The Council will be forced to… She stopped, scales rippling with conflict. They'll try to neutralize you. Or they'll try to control you, Velthrak added, mandibles clicking nervously. His four manipulator arms gestured at the holographic display. Every faction will want to use you to access the Precursor systems. You'll never have a moment's peace. Kira stared at the sphere, then at the floating menu, then at the 12 green dots on the star map. What's at those 12 locations? She asked. The sphere brightened. Manufacturing facilities, shipyards, genetic archives, terraforming engines, one planet-scale computing substrate, and the Class 8 reality anchor. A what now? Don't ask, Then said, his obsidian feathers flattening against his body, his species equivalent of a shutter. His silver beak clacked twice. Class 8 reality anchors are the theoretical. If one actually exists, it could manipulate space-time on a multi-system scale. Kira processed this. So what you're telling me is that someone left behind 12 impossibly powerful facilities, genetic proof that humans are related to the species that built them, and full admin access to a network that runs half the galaxy. She paused. And I found this by walking past a relic that nobody's been able to activate for 3 decades. Essentially, yes, Velthrak said weakly. Why didn't it activate before? Then tilted his elongated neck, amber eyes focusing intently on Kira. His taloned feet clicked against the metallic floor as he stepped closer. Because no one with precursor genetic markers has been near it. The Council has been trying to activate it for 31 years with every authentication method known to science. His 4 wings rustled softly. He walked past it while complaining about the cafeteria being out of bagels. They were out of bagels, Kira protested. That's a legitimate grievance. Alarms suddenly blared throughout the facility. The emergency red lighting intensified. Osrin's scales went rigid, her spinal crest shooting upward. We have incoming Council Enforcer ships. Someone reported the protocol activation. How long do we have? Velthrak's compound eyes flooded with tactical data. 8 minutes before they breach the archive chamber, Osrin said, already moving toward the door, her muscular 8-foot frame tensing for action. Maybe less if they override safety protocols. Kira looked at the sphere, at the floating menu, at the 12 green dots on the map. Okay, she said. Stupid question. If I accept admin access, can I lock them out? The sphere chimed happily. Administrator privileges supersede all Council authority codes. You could lock down this entire facility, disable their ships, or reroute them to neighboring sectors. And if I don't accept, then they will seize the relic, attempt to extract or replicate your genetic authentication, and likely imprison you for the rest of your natural life while they run experiments. Cool. Love having options. Kira took a breath. What happens if I accept and then just immediately refuse to use the power? Just lock down enough stuff to keep people from kidnapping me and otherwise pretend this never happened. Then's obsidian feathers rippled in a considering pattern, his 4 wings extending and folding again. The system might allow it. Precursor philosophy valued restraint. They believed power should be available, but not mandatory. Or, Velthrak said, his mandibles clicking rapidly, it could interpret non-use as dereliction of duty and transfer admin access to the next viable genetic candidate, which would likely be another human. And the Council knows where Earth is. Kira groaned. So either I accept and become a target, or I don't accept and Earth becomes a target. Fantastic. Osrin's 3 eyes suddenly focused on something past Kira's shoulder. Her scales flashed warning. Red. We're out of time. The corridor seals are breaching. Heavy metallic thuds echoed from the relic storage corridor beyond the chamber doors. Voices shouted in multiple alien languages. Something large slammed against the entrance. Kira looked at the sphere one more time. If I do this, can I at least get answers? About what happened to the precursors? About why humans forgot everything? Administrative access includes full historical archives, the sphere confirmed. And can I delegate some of this admin stuff? Like, I don't want to personally manage a galactic infrastructure. That sounds exhausting. You may appoint subordinate administrators with limited access. Then I want these three. Kira pointed at Velthrak, Osrin, and Then. They've been decent to me, and they clearly know what they're doing. All three aliens froze. You want to give us Precursor access? Velthrak's compound eyes went completely black with shock. Limited access, yeah. You handle the boring logistics. I handle the, please, don't experiment on Earth negotiations. Kira turned back to the sphere. Can we do that? Subordinate administrator protocols require genetic authorization from primary administrator. Accept full access first. Then you may delegate. The chamber doors exploded inward. A dozen armored figures poured through the entrance, weapons raised, emergency lighting glinting off their various exoskeletons and combat suits. Freeze! One of them shouted. Surrender the artifact and the human, Kira sighed. I really wish this job came with better benefits. She reached out and tapped the floating menu. Fine. Accept admin access, and immediately lock down this facility. Non-lethal suppression only. I don't want to kill anyone over this. The sphere blazed brilliant blue. The holographic menu exploded into a three-dimensional cascade of controls, readouts, and system diagrams. Every console in the archive chamber lit up. The armed figures advancing through the door suddenly froze mid-step as their weapons powered down and their armor locked in place. Administrative override accepted, the sphere announced cheerfully. Facility lockdown initiated. Designating subordinate administrators, Velthrak, Osrin, Then. Limited access granted. Welcome to the Precursor Administrative Network. You have 847,293 unread priority notifications. Please enjoy your complimentary historical archive access. One of the frozen enforcers managed to move his head slightly. What? What did you do? Kira looked at her hands, now glowing with intricate patterns of blue light that pulsed in rhythm with her heartbeat. I think I just became the galaxy's most reluctant IT administrator. She turned to her three companions. So, who wants to help me figure out why my ancestors apparently rage-quit civilization so hard they forgot how to read? Velthrak's mandibles clicked once, twice. Then he started laughing, a bizarre chittering sound from his bronze exoskeleton. This is the most absurd day of my life. Same, Osrin said, her three eyes still wide with shock, scales flickering between colors. Agreed, Then said, his silver beak clacking, all four wings spreading wide in a gesture of bewildered acceptance. Great, Kira said, already scrolling through the holographic menus with growing horror. Oh good. One of those 12 facilities? It's on Earth. Under Antarctica. And apparently it's been sending status reports this whole time that nobody could read because they were encrypted in. She squinted. Proto-Indo-European? How is that even possible? The sphere chimed. Linguistic drift calculation indicates Earth facility predates current human language families by approximately 14,000 years. Automated systems continued operation throughout species recovery period. Kira slowly turned to look at the others. There's been an active precursor facility under Earth's ice for 14,000 years, and nobody noticed. To be fair, Velthrak said, compound eyes shimmering with nervous energy, your species only developed satellite surveillance 70 years ago, and the facility was designed to be undetectable. What does it do? Osrin asked, her scales going pale again. Kira read the display. Her expression went from confused to horrified to darkly amused. It's a genetic recovery vault with automated reseeding protocols in case of extinction events. She looked up. It's been watching Earth for 14,000 years, ready to clone replacement humans if we died out. That's actually quite thoughtful, Then said, tilting his elongated neck. It has 91 different backup versions of humanity stored, Kira shouted, gesturing wildly at the hologram, including apparently 3 variants that went extinct before recorded history. There are spare humans in my planet's basement. The frozen enforcers were all staring now, their expressions ranging from shock to existential crisis. So, Velthrak said carefully, all four manipulator arms folded in a gesture of contemplation. What do we do now? Kira looked at the holographic display. At the 12 green dots. At the 847293 unread notifications. At her 3 newly appointed subordinate administrators. We're going to need a bigger office, she said. And someone's going to have to explain to the council why their new boss is a human who still doesn't know how half this stuff works. She paused. Also, we're definitely installing a bagel machine in the cafeteria. Administrative override. I'm calling it a critical infrastructure improvement. The sphere chimed in agreement. Somewhere in the frozen crowd of enforcers, someone started crying.